Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching. We are at Interop 2010 in Las Vegas. And on our program today is Shoulin Chua, who's with AMAX. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for being on the program.
You're very welcome.
Can you give me an overview of your company, please?
Okay, well, AMAX is an ISO 9001 certified company. So we have two primary divisions. One division is OEM appliance manufacturing. So this is where we build appliances for companies like McAfee, Cisco Technology, WatchGuard, etc., where we build, we design, prototype, manufacture appliances, and we put their software application on it, and we design, manufacture, inventory, and drop ship their appliances worldwide, okay? Our second division is high performance computing. So this is where we build servers, storage, supercomputers, and clusters for companies like, Schlumberger, oil and gas companies, companies in the clustered storage industries, video surveillance industries, so on and so forth. MP3s, video streaming. So we build best of breed open architecture systems for these companies.
So from your perspective in the market, what changes have you seen in the last few years?
Well, definitely the last few years in terms of the HPC market, we've definitely seen a growth in terms of high performance computing, parallel computing. So for example, the growth of GPU cards in systems have been phenomenal. So for example, the NVIDIA M1060 cards, you're able to have 240 cores right now in one card. So you put that into a 1U form factor with two cards, we're able to support 480 cores in a 1U form factor. Now, times that by 38 nodes in a rack environment, you're talking about petaflops worth of processing power. So for companies in the oil and gas, companies in the biomedical industries, companies doing a lot of massive number crunching, it's been phenomenal with regards to how much time as well as equipment costs that can be saved using these solutions.
So Moore's Law is really coming to play, it sounds like. It's
absolutely,
amazing.
Right, yeah. And then the next generation appliances, and products that we're seeing, you essentially have one card with over 500 cores.
It's truly staggering. So now you're in the consumer electronics space as well, and in that area, Apple's becoming a bigger and bigger player, and you've got Google in that market. How are those companies shaping your business?
Well, essentially, with Apple, with their Mobile Me program, with Google and their cloud computing program, it's definitely helping AMAX with regards to our cloud computing products. So for example, we build a lot of appliances for customers in the cloud computing industries. So whether it be virtualized storage, where we have essentially 2U, 3U, 4U storage boxes that can, store 36 terabytes plus worth of storage within these boxes. So it's definitely helping and improving our industry with regards to, pushing our x86-based servers, storage, and computing systems, especially for cloud computing and additional, open architecture-based systems.
Interesting. Okay, so it looks like that's probably a positive.
Oh, definitely.
Then, right?
Yes.
So, because I know that from a competitive standpoint, you've got Apple, who's they seem to be dominating more and more markets.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. We expect them to dominate the tablet market, which they obviously didn't invent, but it looks like they reinvented.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, are you seeing any interest in tablets from other manufacturers that you could talk about?
Well, interesting tablets that we've seen would be, from Asus as well, and we know HP's coming out with a different tablet as well.
The Slate, right?
Correct, the Slate. So, for us, we don't really see Apple as being, a competitor in the market, but instead with Apple's iPad and all the additional applications, for cloud computing. So, for example, you have the Netflix app with streaming, onto the iPad app. Well, companies like Netflix will be able to use AMAX products, okay, to store their video files.
Right.
And so, or for example, Pandora Media for MP3 streaming.
Sure.
So, for example, Pandora is using, AMAX equipment for storage. And then so we're able to use our open architecture storage machines to actually, take advantage of all the cloud computing growth and push that we've seen in the industry.
And I'm a huge Pandora fan. If I'm not on there
every
day, there's something wrong. So thank you for assisting in my music listening.
Right.
I appreciate that. So what do you think we'll see happening in the next few years in the market?
In the next few years in the market, definitely I think we'll see a huge growth in terms of the virtualization space as well as in the cloud computing space. And the way AMAX can tune into these two spaces is number one, in terms of virtualization, we are a VMware partner as well. So a lot of our appliance-based platforms are VMware certified. Running ESX 4.0 on our machines is a seamless transition, as well as for cloud computing too.
Okay, and now in terms of the different areas of the world, are you seeing different growth rates right now?
Most definitely. So we're seeing a large growth in the Asia Pacific area, especially in China. In terms of oil and gas, we see a lot of growth with regards to the high performance computing using GPU cards in terms of processing large amounts of seismic data, especially in the Asia Pacific areas. So, China petroleum industry, etc. We see a huge growth in there. So we definitely do see growth in Asia Pacific markets as well as European markets.
Now, just on the high performance computing, is that some sort of Linux variant that you're using?
Yes, both Linux and Windows as well. So
okay.
our hardware platform supports both different variants of Linux as well as Windows.
Because that's extremely exciting. This is something you don't hear about all the time, but it's so important in specific areas like financial modeling as well.
Absolutely, yes.
Right.
Banks, are a great customer base for these high-performance computing GPU-based products.
That's fantastic. Well, I've learned a lot. Thank you so much for being on the program, and good luck.
Our pleasure. Thank you very much.